And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Let's join with my man, Mr. Big Ballin' Ben Larson.
Let's go, y'all.
How you doing tonight, Ben?
Not too bad. Can I complain? I mean, I can. It's kind of hot out here still. So next week we're getting back into the high 70s.
There you
So
go.
then I really won't be able to complain. But drinking some bourbon tonight. Actually, I guess Tennessee whiskey, not necessarily bourbon.
Okay.
But got a good glass here going and getting ready for tonight. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'll be sipping on another spike smoothie because we had some technical difficulties on Sunday, so I wanted to drink this one on the show. I also picked up a few for you, Ben, as well. And it's hella funny, actually, because I went to the brewery to pick it up today, and I got like 6 of them. And the dude's like, damn, you really like this stuff, huh? I was like, dude, this shit's hella good.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to California, and I got to bring some.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, I got to try it then. So, interesting. I'm getting everyone hooked on it out here, bro, I guess.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So that's good to
Oh, yeah.
know. That's good to see. Other than that, got to mention we are being brought to you by Tavour. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's free, not free craft beer, but that's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. And we're basically giving you 2 free beers if you sign up and use our promo code. So do that. Tavour.com. You will thank me later. I guarantee it. You can get beers like this. And with that being said, Ben, got a lot to talk about with baseball.
Yeah.
It's really all we
A
have
lot going on.
Yeah, it's really all we have going on. And I wanted to start the show off asking you about the Yankees, but before we get to that, I do want to talk about Freddie Freeman because Jeff Passan from ESPN tweets out today that Freddie Freeman has fired his agent after leaving Atlanta. And it was because he learned of the negotiations by his team. And then from the other side, and this is coming straight from Freddie Freeman. He even reciprocated it today before the game against the Rockies. He said, when he was in Atlanta this last weekend, he learned kind of both sides of everything. And then he fired his agency. Dodgers are on a 3-game skid. And it leaves open like some questions, dude, because, Freddie Freeman gave that very emotional press conference during the weekend when he was back in Atlanta. So I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here, Ben, but what's your thoughts on the whole Freddie Freeman saga here?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that, you hear some lies from your agents, your team of agents, and, it ended up being what, $9 million difference in his 3 years. And it sounds like if he knew that he had this offer on the table, he would have gladly stayed in Atlanta for, a $3 million difference a year. And, if I were him, I probably would too. I mean, granted, he's going to a great baseball organization and great baseball city, but this is where he grew up. This is where he made himself. And for $3 million a year, when you're making that kind of money, it's not, especially taxed, the way that it is in California.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably not even losing that $3 million a year because of the lower taxes in Georgia that he's basically paying now in California, in LA.
Yeah. Nah.
So Yeah, it's super unfortunate here because it sounds like he would have stayed, and the Braves wouldn't have traded for
Olsen.
Chapman or Olsen, Matt Olsen, excuse me.
I
The
think.
wrong Matt from the A's.
I mean, I thought the timing was just really awkward. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I don't know how it's going to affect the locker room because those guys are in the locker room and they're like, damn, this fool's basically coming out saying that he wishes he was still in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And here we are in the locker room with him. I think it's a little. I don't know. I don't want to say it's like a locker room breaker, but I mean, I can't assume. I can't. I just don't see the dynamic in the locker room where teammates aren't like, damn, like.
Does this guy want to be here?
Yeah, does he really want to be here?
Yeah.
And this all happens after he goes to Atlanta, you know what I mean, this last weekend.
Yeah.
So, and then no coincidence, the Dodgers lose 2 in a row. You know what I mean?
How long was he in Atlanta for? 9 years?
Yeah, he was there for a long time and, won a World Series. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, I think as a team, you can understand that this is where he was, he made his name, and they can probably understand that this is new for him, and that he 12 years in Atlanta. This is that was his home for a very long chapter of his life from 20 to 31. So I think they'll probably understand that he is a bit homesick. I doubt that they really question his
he's from LA.
Loyalty from the team. Yeah. But, I don't think they'll question his loyalty to the team because he is playing well. But I think it does give a little bit of a doubt of, is he going to be here for a long time?
Well, I mean, he signed for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there for a long time. But
you can request a trade.
It's a little more difficult, though, when you're making that kind of money. It's
true.
Hard to find a suitor.
I think a lot of teams would take Freddie Freeman.
I mean, that contract you got to trade for, too. They'll like the first 3 years of it. I don't know about the last 4, though.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's, like, unnecessary drama, to be honest. Like, I just don't I don't like the timing, dude, at all.
Yeah.
Coming straight out of Atlanta. So it was just weird timing to me. Like, I didn't understand. Obviously, he didn't mean for it to get out or anything. Someone just leaked it. One of Freddie Freeman's friends actually leaked it to passing. So, I mean, it's just unfortunate. Dodgers plus 450 right now to win the NL. I mean, I'm sorry, to win the World Series, same as the New York Yankees. And, with all given all the injuries and everything going on with the Dodgers, I mean, I just don't think it's a good play at this point. I mean, I feel like the NL's kind of wide open once again.
Yep, absolutely. I'd probably take the Mets at plus 700.
I mean, even the Mets got hella injuries, dude.
The Braves at plus 1,300. That could be a good pick there. The Padres at plus 1,400. It's I think you're right. It is wide open. I think you could sprinkle a little bit on a lot of teams that would get you a return back by covering some some bets here. You can easily cover with the Mets, the Braves, the Padres, and if either of those team win, you put 100 down on the Mets, you win 700. Take away the 200 for the Braves and the Padres, you're still at $500. The Braves win at plus 1,200, plus 1,300. You walk with 1,300, you take away that 2 and you're up 11. Yeah. Padres, at plus 1,400, you take away that 2, you're up $1,200. So you could sprinkle a little bit over the over the NL teams. Now, the big question is, can they beat the Yankees? Can they beat the Astros? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those two teams coming out of the AL that will take that.
I mean, like, I feel like the Red Sox have the best offense, them and the Astros, but they need pitching, dude.
Yeah.
Like, desperately, and they need like 1 or 2 starters realistically. Yeah. And is that realistic? I don't know. Maybe if Chris Sale comes back and is the Chris Sale of old, maybe that helps out. Then you have Tampa, who's the complete opposite. They got great starting pitching, but their offense is fucking, like, you never like.
It's so Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're gonna get.
Some days they can score hella runs, and they'll go on like 5-game streaks where they can't fucking score more than 2 runs. So
yeah,
they're a little. They need a bat, and with their economic situation, their financial situation, are they going to be willing to give up future prospects to get a bat that they're likely not going to sign after he's a free agent? I don't know. And then the Blue Jays, they have a lot of holes too. They're making me eat crow though. I talked about them on Sunday being dog shit. They win 2 in a row against the Red Sox, although they should have lost today. If the Red Sox closer was playing, they would have lost. He's back in Boston because he's unvaccinated, can't go to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of hurt them because they blew the game tonight in the 9th inning. But I mean, I would say the Blue Jays are probably the furthest away.
Yeah.
But I think them and the Red Sox both need to make a few moves to put themselves in there, and then the Rays obviously as well. The Twins, if they get another good starter, because they already have decent starting pitching. Sonny Gray's been great this season. So, I mean, that one's kind of Jekyll and Hyde. Chris Archer's been really good too.
My question is, though, can Cleveland or Chicago push the Twins out of the playoffs? Because, it's looking like, the 2 wildcard teams are going to be Toronto and Boston.
Yeah, or the Rays.
So
the Rays are right there too.
Yeah, the Rays are right there too. Yes, Minnesota's up 3 games on Cleveland, up a game on both Toronto and Boston. But if Cleveland or Chicago comes in and overpowers,
well, keep in mind, Ben, this year there's 3 wildcard teams.
Oh, there's 3. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there were only 2.
3
we don't have to worry about anybody in the West other than the Astros.
Yeah.
So
that one's basically a wrap, dude.
Yeah, so you're gonna get 3 teams out of the East, 2 out of the East, 1 out of the Central, in my opinion.
Not just 3.
To be honest,
you could get all of them from the East.
It could be out of all 3 from the East, yeah. So, it could be 2-1, it could be 3-0 on that one.
I don't think Minnesota is going to get overtaken because the Guardians, like, they pitch well, but aside from Jose Ramirez, like, their offense is fucking trash, dude. Like, they can't really muster runs at all. Talk about a Jekyll and Hyde offense, and they're not good against good teams either. Like, they don't really beat good teams.
Twins have an easier strength of schedule going through the rest too. They've got a 50% chance to win the division. White Sox 30, Guardians 19.
Yeah, the White Sox, they have bullpen issues, and they can't stay healthy.
Yeah, health issues. Yep.
And that's a big problem. So I think honestly, it's gonna be Minnesota, Houston are gonna win those 2 divisions, and then the Yankees are probably gonna win the East. They're probably basically a wrap already.
Yep.
And then I do think that the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Rays all make the playoffs, but I don't see anyone really overtaking. Well, I mean, that's not true because the interesting thing is, like, all right, aside from Garrett Cole, the Yankees have a bunch of Jags that are just overperforming this year, but they've kind of regressed a little bit back to the norm.
Little bit, not much.
Yeah, and, I
mean, we saw what the Giants did last year with just a bunch of guys.
Yeah, they made the playoffs and lost in the first round.
Yeah.
Same thing could happen for the Yankees. I mean, the playoffs is like, dude, Major League Baseball playoffs is different, dude. The best team doesn't always win the championship.
Oh, yeah, it's just like hockey.
It's like you just got to get hot at the right. Well, I mean, the Avalanche were the best team in the league this year, all year.
But hockey historically is that way.
Yeah, you just gotta get hot. You gotta get hot at the right time, and it changes everything. Fucking Orioles, man. This game was 0-0. Now it's 2-0, bro. What are we doing? What is going on? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting down to the wire, though. Yeah. I don't love the Dodgers to win the World Series, though, as much as I did before the season. I think they got a lot of issues to work out, a lot of kinks, and they got to get healthy as well.
Yep. Before we go on to talking games, what do you think about the 12 suspensions that we saw today?
Man, Ben, I mean, they're obviously going to appeal them.
Some of them. Yeah.
Some of them will probably win. I thought for some of the players, it was like, all right, I don't understand why this guy's getting like 3 games.
Well, what about the broken elbow too?
Oh yeah, dude, that is terrible, bro. You cannot be getting you can't be getting hurt like trying to fight, dude. Like, come on, man. And he did it because he fell over the railing, dude. What's going on, bro? What are you doing?
Bradley. And Angels need relief pitching too.
Yeah, and they definitely do. They're not a good they do not have a good bullpen. And I mean they got a lot of issues too, bro. That is They fired their manager thinking I was gonna fix everything, and it just kind of made things worse, it seems like.
Yep.
Getting this fight, suspensions.
Yeah, Luis Torrens for the Mariners. Sore left shoulder from throwing punches.
He's playing today, though.
They said he went on the 10-day IL.
Swear to God, he was playing in this game. Maybe not. I swear he was playing. That's crazy. Fucking Orioles lose 2-0. Some hoes, bro. What the hell? I wanted to ask you about the Yankees, though. Do you think they have a chance to break the Mariners' 116-game win record, Ben?
I don't. I mean, technically, if they continue this pace, they're up at 118. But I just don't see them keeping this pace. Like you said, their pitching is starting to come back down to earth a little bit. Things are going to kind of slow up. I don't think you're going to see, Nestor being as much of a dominance, through the rest of the season here. You got to imagine they're going to start pitching around Judge and Stanton to, quell some of these home runs that they're just blasting out every day.
That's why I think the crazy part is like 70% of their runs are generated from home runs.
Yeah.
At some point, like, they're going to go cold, and we've seen it, dude. They almost got no hit 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. They should have lost 4 games in a row to the Astros. The fact they won 2 of those games was fucking, like, crazy. They would lose those 2 games 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah. I have them projected around probably 107.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely winning over 100.
Yeah.
It would take a miracle for them not to win. They'd have to hit a fucking massive cold streak for them not to win 100 games at this point.
73% winning percentage right now, 75 games in the season. So it's incredible.
I mean, they're projected to win like 130 based off that.
No, 118 based off that. So.
Yeah, 118. My math was a little off.
A little bit.
12 games off.
But it's incredible what they're doing. It's going to be hysterical when they lose in the first round of the playoffs. But,
I mean, this is the kind of team that would definitely do it because they're home runner, nothing on offense, and the balls don't really fly out in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching becomes much more of a factor.
Yep.
And they have a lot of guys that, they haven't really pitched a full season like that, like Nestor Cortez and Jameson Taillon. And
you're not going to get catchers who have 2 interference calls in a row in the 9th inning when you're in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, dude. Insane. Yep. Insanity, bro. I definitely wouldn't take them to win the World Series either, though. Although I would take them over the Dodgers.
Let's see. Projections here have the Astros as the highest team to win the World Series.
Well, I think the Astros are like the best well-rounded team. They definitely need to go get a bullpen arm or two because their bullpen is a little shaky.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got Framber Valdez, Justin Verlander, who are just fucking nails, dude. Those 2 guys, they're basically both aces. And then Urquidy's like up and down, and what's that other kid's name? Christian Javier. I mean, he's been really good this year. The question is can he sustain that? Because he's never really pitched a full season like that.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, dude, they probably have the best well-rounded rotation and offense, dude. Like, their offense is really deep.
And they're great defensively, too. I mean, look at that infield. You've got Altuve, you've got Pena, you've got Bregman, and you got Gurriel.
Yep.
Like, great. Maldonado behind the plate. Then you got Jordan in the outfield or DHing.
And Jordan's like,
He's
if it wasn't for
slowing down
Judge,
right now,
he would
but-
probably. He was
I mean,
he hit a home run today.
He's batting 321 right now.
Bro, he's hit like 10 home runs in the last 2 weeks, dude. In the last 14 games, bro. He's raking right now.
He
And
had 3 hits today and 3 at bats, 3 for 3.
And the
2
Astros,
RBIs.
Ben, they unlocked something with Jordan because they stopped DHing him, and it's changed him completely because he's such a better hitter when he's involved in the outfield.
Except for today when he went 3 for 3 and 2 RBIs. And
Well, he's gonna DH every few games just to give him it's basically a rest. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But he's
3 for 3, 2 walks, no strikeouts.
but majority he's in the field now.
Yeah,
He's not terrible defensively. I mean, he's not great defensively by any stretch, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I like the Astros to win it all, to be honest. I said they were gonna win the AL West before the year. You said I was crazy, bro. You picked the Mariners. Mariners, choke city out here, dude. They can't hit for shit.
Surprises me. It definitely surprises me. But
Did you see how they scored in this game today?
I did not.
Some bullshit, man. I mean, the hit to score 2 runs was legit, but Julio Rodriguez fucking ran out of the baseline and they called him safe.
Huh. Interesting.
To first. Yeah. Sucks.
And who scores it today? Winker.
Yeah, and the dude's been fucking dog shit all year, dude. Hasn't been good all season. Finally gets
Gotta get him in a fight.
I guess so. I mean, he hasn't been good. He wasn't good the last 2 games before tonight too.
Batting 228.
Yeah, nasty
1 for
stuff.
4, but
Baltimore's gonna win. Baltimore's gonna win the game tomorrow, guaranteed.
who do they have up tomorrow?
They got
Pitchers
Vach
announced.
pitching against Flexen.
Voth versus Flexen, yeah. Interesting.
Mariners been disappointing, dude.
They really have. They really have.
I always tell people,
still-
bro, when you play with expectations, it changes everything. Especially like teams that have never done anything. You know what I mean? Like you get expectations and it's a little different. All right, let's talk about a game tomorrow though. We were just talking about them, the Houston Astros, Ben. They're playing the Mets, 2 top 5 teams to win the World Series based on the odds. We got Verlander against Taijuan Walker here. Right now, I just had this game pulled up. Right now,
Houston minus 130.
Yeah, minus 130 consensus. Mets plus 120, 110. You can get Houston minus 120 at some books. And then the total is 8 runs. What do you think about this game here?
We've got 2 good pitchers on the hill. Verlander sporting a 2.2 ERA. Walker is a 3.0 ERA. At 8.5, you're probably going to, over under I see is 7.5.
You might, you could probably get it. I'm seeing, I see 7.5 at some books, but consensus is 8.
Okay. In that case, I'd probably go over here on the full game. Houston's been scoring a lot of runs. Mets can score a lot of runs. I'd probably go Mets. If we break this down, I'd probably go Mets under, Houston over.
I like Houston here. They're second in the league in WRC plus on the road against right-handed pitchers.
Yeah.
Justin Verlander is nails. And Taijuan Walker, the interesting thing about Taijuan Walker, he's having a good year. He has a pretty high Sierra, but the one thing about him is with men on base, he's allowing hitters to hit 283, 343, and 354 with a 308 WOBA, which is really relatively pretty high.
Yeah.
So he's not very good with men on base, but men in scoring position, 234 average, 300 on base, 297 slugging, 265 WOBA. So a little bit better there. On the road, at home, he's been a lot better than on the road, but he's only had 21 and 2/3 innings pitched at home, 2.49 ERA.
Yeah.
And a lot of those games are not against offenses like Houston. And last time they didn't face him when they saw him in Houston. But I mean, in his last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts, he's given up 3 or more earned runs twice. He's given up 2 or more 4 times. And then the other 2 starts, he gave up 1 each, and that was against Miami and the Angels, who both fucking not very good offenses.
Yeah.
So, I like Houston here, especially at -120, -130. I think that's a good price tag there.
Yeah.
And you look at the teams he's faced at home, Ben: Philly, St. Louis, Philadelphia, and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
In Philly, he faced them on April 30th. St. Louis, he gave up 3 runs at home. And then Philly on May 28th gave up 2 runs.
Yeah.
But he had a 6.59 xFIP that game. So luck was going his way. Only a 31% fucking ground ball percentage in that game.
Yeah.
So, I like Houston here, dude. I think it's a pretty... what are we doing? The only thing going for the Mets is that they don't really lose 2 games in a row very often.
Yeah. I like Houston first 5 here. I'd take them Houston first 5, half a run, minus half a run. I think Verlander's, a stronger and more veteran pitcher. I mean, I guess Taijuan Walker has played for 10 years.
Yeah, but he's not great. The other thing is the Mets bullpen hasn't been that good lately.
Yeah.
Like, they got a lot of injuries pitching wise, and it's affecting their whole team. Last 14 days, Ben, the Mets have a... Hold on, let me get this right. Their bullpen. Let me get this right before I say it. But they haven't been very good.
Yeah.
All right, here, I'm pulling it up right now. Last 14 days, New York Mets, 3.66 ERA, 3.56 xFIP for their bullpen. 8.3 home run to fly ball ratio.
Yeah, Walker's been the better pitcher in the last 14 days.
Oh, it's only 2 starts.
That is only 2 starts. Last 28. I mean, even in the last month, he's been playing really well. Actually, Verlander's doing better in the last 2 weeks. He's 5 starts, 3-1, 31 innings pitched, ERA of 2.56.
And Verlander, too, like, a lot of his runs he's given up came from 2 starts, 3 starts. Yeah. But really 2. Seattle and Chicago White Sox, he gave up 10 earned total.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like first 5. Oh, man, at 8? It's going to be at 4. I don't think I'd take the over-under in the first 5.
Nah. If I was going to play, I'd play the full game under probably.
Yeah.
Although I don't love it. But I really like Houston money line, the full game.
Yeah.
The Astros, for the problems that they do have in their bullpen, they have a better bullpen than the Mets. They have the better starter tomorrow, and they have the better offense right now.
Yeah. Is Taijuan Walker both right-handers? Okay.
Both are right-handers.
Houston and the Mets. See how do each of these do against right-handed pitchers.
I just told you the Astros are second in WRC plus against righties on the road, 4th in WOBA. Overall total, they're 8th in WOBA against righties.
Is it bad that I don't know what WOBA is?
Weighted on base percentage. Weighted on base.
Okay, there we go. Versus righties batting. Houston's batting 240. New York first righties.
New York's first against righties in WRC plus, 122. Yeah. Houston second, 121.
On base 331, slugging 412. Houston slugging percentage is a little better. On base is a little bit lower. Both these offenses are pretty similar versus righties.
Yeah, but the Astros have been better in the last 14 days.
Yeah.
6 in WRC plus.
They hit a lot more out in the Mets too. Yeah, I'm gonna say Houston first 5. I think that's my best bet of the day.
I mean, I like them first 5. I like them full game too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, y'all.
All right, let's get some best bets. So, what's your most confident? What's your best bet of the day for
I think
June 29th?
my best bet of the day is going to be Houston minus half a run in the first 5. I think you've got the better pitcher there. You've got more balls that fly out of the park, and they're the hot hand right now. So I think I got to go with Houston.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Astros money line minus 130, minus 120, whatever you can get it at. Like I said, the Astros are second in WRC plus versus right-handed pitchers on the road, and they're 4th in WOBA. Taiwan Walker is a 4.17 Sierra and a 3.83 xFIP. So we are expecting some regression off his ERA. And Astros are the better team right now, man.
Yeah.
They raked the Mets today. I expect them to win this ball game tomorrow. So give me the Astros money line, baby. And let's head to the window, cash these tickets, and win some money, Ben.
There we go.
How was your bourbon?
It was good.
Your
So this
Kentucky.
is the Noble Tennessee whiskey coming in at 90 proof. But this funny thing about this one is this is Mike Rose bourbon.
Oh, shit.
So dirty jobs. It's a dirty bourbon. It's a dirty girl.
Mike Rose, dude.
How's your beer?
My beer was good. Excellent, baby. I love this beer. It is
Since people didn't get our rating last episode, rated out of 5.
5 out of
tell me about
5.
it. There we go.
5 out of 5, baby. Count them up.
Let's go, y'all.
Let's go, y'all.
There we go.
For Big Ball and Ben Larson, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Lads, make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code Taproom for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. Good luck on your bets tomorrow or today, whenever you're listening or watching this. Make sure to go to our YouTube, like, and subscribe so we can get our own custom URL and make things a lot easier. You can always go to www.taproomsportspodcast.com to get everything. We appreciate y'all. Have a blessed Wednesday. Me and Ben will not be back until next week. We will be off for 4th of July weekend. So everybody have a great 4th of July. I will be back with Irvin tomorrow night, though. And then we will all both be off for the rest of the week. Love y'all. Have a great 4th of July. Be safe.
Yep.
Do not drink and drive. Let's go.
Throw those firecrackers far away. Don't take off any chains.